just wanted to show you how to administer your test on Schoolcity. So I made a video showing how to do this. Now, a lot of people did scan sheets, and that takes a lot of time, and sometimes the scanner doesn't work, and you'll see it takes forever to scan your documents. So administering a test online is pretty quick, and it's not as complicated as everyone thinks. So this is me going on to Schoolcity. I'm looking for the test I'm going to give my students, so I'm going to click on the computer to give that test online. And right there you can see that it's the Chapter 9 assessment for Algebra 1. So I'm checking the box to activate. So I activated 112 students to take this test. And here's my students. I just asked them to get their tablets out. They're activated. And so here's one of my students going online to Schoolcity Student. She's logging in with her 6-digit number and her password, same password you log on to a computer with. Now I activated her to take the test, so you can see there's take assessment, and then there's the test. And the test will begin. So she's taking the test. She's gotten problem 1. You can see it's an inequality, and here's somebody else on question 1, which is a different question. And there's a third question. So I randomized the questions, and you can see that everybody is pretty much on a different question. Even though they're sitting right next to each other, I'm not too worried about people cheating because the answer choices, they are randomized as well. So those are 2 different problems, and everyone's just working on it. Here's a student, he didn't have his tablet today, and he's trying to get on his phone. You can see how phones aren't always that cooperative. Here's another student working online. So the student on his phone, he's having some issues. What do you do about that? Oh, he finally got on. So he's trying to start the quiz. You can see how hard it is to take the test as opposed to looking at a tablet. You have to zoom in and look for your question. He's going to get his notebook out and start working on the problem. Alright, here I'm back at my computer, and I'm watching my students take the test so I can monitor them. You see it shows what question they're on, how much of the test they've taken so far, and also the time, how long they're taking on the question. And when we look at test results later, you'll see it'll tell you exactly how much time they took on each question. So I'm just scrolling through and looking at everybody that's in my class. The ones in purple are active. They're students that are in my other classes that are going to take the quiz later on. This is my first period class. So Alejandra, she's going pretty fast. She's already on question number 5. So she's 100% done, but the orange means that the test is in progress. When it turns green, that means that they're done, that she submitted the test. And now I'm going to tell her, when I walk up to her, because she's the first one done with the quiz, you can see she's done with it, and it gives you the results right away. And I'm telling her, okay, go ahead and start on today's assignment to make sure that she's doing something while everybody else finishes their quiz. So I already had an assignment ready to go for when she finished. So now she's logging into the ebook to get on to today's assignment. And that's pretty easy to monitor. I can monitor from walking around or walking back and forth from my tablet or my computer. Oh, and here's Raphael. He brought me his phone, and the test disappeared. So I'm going to go check Raphael and check his name, and reactivate him because it's a Wi-Fi connection. That's probably one of the only issues we have. So now I'm asking him to refresh the page. And when he refreshes the page, it says take assessment. And then there's the Chapter 9 assessment. And as I was saying, Alejandra already finished her test, and I noticed that Aaron hasn't started yet. It says 0%. He's got no questions answered, where most of the people have been answering the questions. Again, the purple is active. Those students are not in this class taking the quiz. So I looked at Aaron's score, saw his name. He's active, he's on, but he's not doing anything. So I'm going over to Aaron. I'm saying, hey, what's going on? Make sure that if you're stuck on the question, you can go to the top and you can toggle between questions. So there's 5 questions. Just skip it and come back to it. So go to question 2. They're spending way too much time on that one. It's a quadratic. So go to question 2 and see if you can solve that question. Once he got past that, he did pretty good.